Hello, guys. So, quickly, we're going to look at some points that should be noted in a recording contract. So, let's say one is an artist, one upcoming artist, you want to get signed by a record label. What are the key things you should look out for? Right. So, basically, recording contracts may be exclusive or non exclusive. Exclusive contracts will restrict the artist from recording with or moving to another record label during the term of the contract without the express consent of the label, right? Now, so artists who wish to make guest appearances must ensure the recording contract contains a sideman provision. Now, I'm going to speak on a couple of clauses, very relevant and important clauses that any artist who wants to get signed into a record label must take note of. That is not to say other clauses are not important, but these particular ones that I have sifted out are very, very key. Now, when you are signing a recording contract, one of the key clauses you should look at very carefully is the contract period clause. So every relationship, every contract, every interaction has a beginning and an end. So is a recording contract, right? Right. So the time frame, also known as the term, determines how long the artist and the label will contractually be bound together. So decision or choice of term differs from one contract to the other. It is case based. It's based on it's on a case by case basis, right? And also dependent on the understanding between the parties. And of course, based on that, there's no industry standard. So one party can say, let's have a 10 years contract, which is really not reasonable for me. Some can say, let's have a 2 years contract, which is renewable, right? When we see how things go after 2 years, we can decide to renew or we can decide to part ways, right? So parties will generally make projections based on several factors, right? So for example, the talent's age. So the talent's age will influence how long the term of the recording contract will be. Another thing parties look at is the type of music or the type of entertainment the artist churns out, right? And the personnel, the charisma of the artist. Okay, so that's one of the things that the parties will look at, particularly the label, before they determine how long the recording contract would be. Right? So you should also note for the artist now, you should also note that the parties often have different interests. For the label, they prefer a longer term because they want to, for want of a better word, milk you to get or to recoup their investments in you. So if you do a 2 years contract, it may not be possible for an artist to really break even within 2 years, except the artist is very good and it's lucky. And so let's imagine the artist just broke even 1 year and 6 months into the contract, and then he only has 6 months to go or to decide whether or not to renew. In that case, the record label who has invested so much on the artist may not be able to get back all the monies they invested, right? So they will prefer a long-term contract so that they can get back the monies they invested in promoting the artist and also get profits, right? So the term of the contract is very, very important, and for this you have to see your lawyer and discuss your own concerns and what your future goals are so that you can determine how long your contract would be. The next one is the sign up and advance fees. That clause is very important. So an advance fee is a sum of money paid to the artist in anticipation of future royalties, right? So this may be in the form of an initial amount paid when the artist signs to the label or on a periodic basis as further options are exercised, right? So for example, the an artist signs a contract and say, okay, as an advance we give you 10 million naira. Just use that, hold that one as an advanced fee. And also payments made by the label to take care of promotion, advertisement, tours, and all of those things. Those are sign up and advanced fees. And those fees are, of course, one would expect that they are fees that the label would want to um, recoup or get back from the revenue generated by that artist. Now, one thing I would do as a lawyer is to ensure that that fee, that advance fee, It's not taken as a personal loan from the label to the artist, because it's going to put so much pressure on the artist. So what happens, what I would do if I'm drafting the contract is to say, look, the advanced fee has been given to the artist, and repayment would be from the royalties that will be gotten and derived from the artist's work. So you're not giving the artist a loan, because some label will want to make it a loan, such that whether or not you sell, or whether or not royalties come, or whether or not, quote unquote, the artist blows, the artist will be mandated to repay the advanced fees. So as a lawyer for the artist, I would say no. Make the advanced fee just an advance fee, which you are entitled to get from royalties. So if royalties don't come, then the record label bears the risk. So lawyers for artists should be very careful and ensure that they look into that clause when they're drafting contract. The next one is the royalties clause. So money is gotten from the artist's work, right? So look at Rema, for example. Rema has blown. You can see in the video, he releases music, it gets worldwide attention and worldwide acceptance from streams. Monies are coming. So I mean, these monies, where do they go to? So in the contract that Rema, for example, signs with his record label, they might have agreed that the royalties will be split 50-50, and usually it is, most label will offer a net deal. What that means is that the monies that is split between the artists and the record label is exclusive of expenses. So let's say a record label spends 10 million in promoting, producing, doing everything about the music, and the music goes out. The music now starts bringing in money, right, in terms of in the form of royalties, monies from streams, from sales of albums and all of that. And the total money the music brings or yields is 100 million naira. So before you talk about splitting between the artist and the record label, the money the record label spent in promoting that music, which we have pegged at 10 million, will first be excluded and given to the record label. So it is the 90 million that the artists and the record label will now split, right? So for some contracts, it is usually between 50-50 and 80-20. So for some contracts, the label will say, okay, you know what, for the net revenue, I'll take 50, you take 50 as the artist. Some will say 20. So it depends on the negotiation. So in this case, the artist must be very good at negotiating this. Don't forget also, another important clause is the brand, merchandise, and promotions clause. When an artist blows, quote unquote, and becomes very popular, brands begins to come, so that they can influence for them, right? So artists, they leverage basically on their goodwill with their fans and followers to sell more than just music to the public. From luxury brands, retail products, musicians influence and inspire consumers to buy products and to embrace social and cultural causes. So they may not just influence for products, they may also influence for brands. Let's say climate change, right? Let's say preservation of wildlife, right? And these brands will pay them. So some record label will also make provisions in the contract to say, look, the monies you get from promotions and influencing ambassadorial deals, we're going to take part of it. So it is a very important clause that the artist, lawyer, the artist, and the record label must critically negotiate, so that the artist is not at a loss on all grounds. There are lots more clauses that an artist should critically look into when they're signing a recording contract. But this short video is just to pinpoint and highlight some of the important ones, as I have said, as I have highlighted in the course of our discussion, right? So it is important for artists to take note of this. Our next video will most likely touch on other areas, other clauses, and other things that both record labels and artists should look out for. Don't forget, it is not all record artists or it is not all artists that blows. There are some that the record label will spend monies on, they will not blow. It is a gamble. It is an investment. Investments sometimes become successful, as you can see in the case of Rema, Ruger, and the rest of them, Aria Star. Sometimes they are unsuccessful, as you can see in the case of, sorry, you will not hear it from my mouth. See you. Don't forget, see you next time. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and share. Thank you.